Hi everyone. Welcome to the Games Exchange podcast. This is a podcast where me and my friends talk every week about video games and everything video game adjacent. Today Leaf is not here; is probably sleeping. So, completing the four of us would be Qman from
I
Unity Productions. Tell us about yourself.
oh yeah. I've been in this podcast before.
Yes.
And I actually missed it. And yeah, my name is Max. I call myself Qman for some reason. I don't know why. It's supposed to be queer. Yeah, you guys named it queer.
Oh,
It was your fault. You guys called me queer, man.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
It's not our.
2019.
It's not our fault. You're kissing everybody. Okay.
So it was a
Yeah, and
game. I mean, it's a name that you had at the Riot Games back then, and it kind of stick then, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since no, actually ever since elementary. Yeah.
Ah,
But it
And
became
okay.
Queerman at Riot.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was inspired by my mentor, my video game mentor.
Who was?
He's a doctor now. His name is Rene, and he had the original Qman title. That was his in-game name. And when he stopped playing video games, he just passed everything to me because I was like his disciple, always creeping at his table, checking out what he's doing. It was back in the Ragnarok days, man. I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. How long has it been? Oh man.
Yeah,
How
2000,
long has it
2003,
been?
2004. That
Yeah,
was
it
when
was like
Ragnarok was big, right?
2002.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, it was such a long time. And until now, yeah, I still carry that Qman name. In honor of him. Really proud
To
of him.
remember this mentor.
Yeah. He's a doctor. Like, dude, he's a surgeon. That's so cool. That's
He's
something-
good with his hands then, huh?
What?
Fast hands.
Fast
Yeah,
hands.
he's got fast yet calm, still hands. Hey, I know where this is going.
This
I
is
know
where
this is
every
going.
conversation with
hold
Andy
on.
goes to.
Hold on. I know where this is going.
Well, so far this happens every episode now, so it's a thing.
Oh wait, are we like free to like express more?
Ah, I'm no longer
Or
partnered with
express
YouTube,
more?
so yes.
Oh really?
Yup.
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, okay. So yeah, I organize stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much me. I just organize stuff. It's such a pity.
So
Yeah.
speaking of organizing stuff, you were one of the people behind the not World Cup but Mayor's Cup that recently happened, right?
Yeah. It
The
was
Mayor's World
it was-
Cup.
The Mayor's World Cup.
Someday, maybe you can never tell. But yeah. Yeah, it was actually four of us, the head organizers. It was a mix between Unity and Archon. Awesome guys at Archon. It was Claire, Mary Claire Codilia, and Jolo Escanio. Jolo is basically the head organizer for Archon since 2018, and he's going to be spearheading Archon this year. And we also have Claire, which is, of course, his wifey. And
Wow.
they're working together. That's I think Claire is head of secretariat this year. I forgot. But yeah, and one co-partner, it was Jeff,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just decided to raid the city hall and like, hey, we got a proposal, because I think it's about time.
It is.
Yeah, so we passed it last year at June, July, somewhere between that, and he heard us out. He heard us out, and he asked us a bunch of questions like, how beneficial is this? How can we link this against drug addiction? How can we link this to responsible gaming? And we told them, hey, we've got some solutions. Presentation, showed him the presentation, and he liked it. He liked it, and that was I think that was the first ever. I don't know, in Cebu. Just Cebu. I'm just gonna name it Cebu. I'm not sure for the rest of the Philippines, but I'm pretty sure that was the first in Cebu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah.
I also had a hand in organizing a few tournaments in the past, back when the PlayStation group was more active. We did it in Otaku Fest, I think twice in Archon.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I remember that. They mentioned that.
my question to you is, what made you made a jump from just being satisfied with doing the events to going to the government?
Yeah. Okay. So since you've got experience in organizing, you know the biggest problem with organizing. It's not $1 million thought. Everything that you think of, even the mayor's cup, it's not $1 million idea. It's not. It could be anyone's idea. Anyone can do what we do. But the biggest problem is sponsors.
It's the budget.
That's the biggest problem ever. And like, sponsors can get drained out. Like, for
Mhm.
example, if they're done, for example, they have this specific amount of budget per quarter, they do get drained out for the most part. Like, especially after a year, after promoting a specific product, they'll just say, "Okay, we're done with that." I'm pretty sure we can't, bust out some funds. So, no, we can't sponsor you this year. That breaks our hearts.
Yeah.
That breaks our hearts because it's always an active market. Esports is always an active market, and heck, it's growing. It's growing so much, and now we're gonna be tagging along with some organizations in Manila that could actually help with the Sea Games. That's upcoming.
Mhm.
Sea Games. That's like, I'm pretty sure that's like the final frontier for me. I don't know. I'm not sure.
There's still the worlds, Max.
Yeah.
It's still the world, the Mayor World Cup.
Yeah, we still have the Mayor's World Cup. Yeah. Yeah, but ever since 2 years back, recalling the days 2 years back, came a long way. Really came a long way. Like, it's strange. It's surreal. It's strange, but it's beautiful. At the same time.
I remember you started with just like the tournament events that you've been holding up for League of Legends, and then
Yeah,
it slowly
Crossfire.
went to other games.
yeah. I can't forget my first event, man. I was paid. My service fee was like 2 slices of pizza.
Uh,
Dang.
Those updates.
It was beautiful. Didn't even have drinks.
What did the pizza look like?
Was it mom?
It was Alberto's.
Oh, the thin crust one.
Sponsored. It's not sponsored now.
I thought
Yeah.
the pizza was beautiful.
Yeah, the pizza was already so beautiful to my eyes because I was so hungry. I didn't eat the whole day. And it was just 8 teams. And that was my first time. And, everything was so formal. I tried to make everything so formal. And then over the years, it just became so informal. And I was just so chill with the people. And that's where I learned how to interact with the players. Yeah. I was, you guys knew me. I was only a shut-in with people I don't know. But if I know the people, if I know those people, then yeah. You've seen me in Riot. Let's not talk about that. No.
So
One thing I remember about Qman at Riot is that there was like a party, right? And then the new guys were being introduced. That was us.
the party with Brola.
Yeah. When the Riot clients came in, and then Mickey was introduced, and he was like,
Yes.
he was like rolling on the grass.
Yo, somebody asked me to do that. You guys already know, man. Somebody asked me to do that. Yo, I have the right to defend myself.
For those who didn't know, or for those who don't know, there's just like 10% that comprises the entire female population at Riot back
Yeah.
then. So
It was a
having a
sausage
new
fest.
girl on the account is like, wow. And then the only girl that they had back then was Pendon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first,
Jing Jing. Oh my
the
god.
OG girl.
Wave
one.
one was just Jing Jing. And like,
Yeah.
everyone was like, is that the only girl in the account? And all the males were like, yeah, she
Yeah.
gonna be pretty. She gonna be real pretty.
Nope.
And to think that Jing Jing was like, I'm not interested in men. Oh.
I
That's
love you,
cool.
Pindot. Please
That's
forgive
cool.
us.
Yeah. We love you, Pendot, wherever you are. Oh, whoa, yo, I saw Pendot like 2 weeks ago. She joined one of our events. And
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Tambayan
yeah, yeah,
Pardo.
yeah. The one at SM? Was
No,
that
no,
it?
no. That was in Pardo. That was a smart play leg for Mobile Legends. She was there, and I asked her, "How did you form this team?" She was like, I just poke people.
Oh yeah, that's the one where she posted on Facebook that she's gonna have a team.
Yeah, she literally said, "I just poke people." How?
How well did they
It's not-
fare?
What?
How well did they fare in the tournament?
They actually reached, I think, top 8.
Nice.
Yeah, not
Yeah, they
bad.
got to
Not bad
top
for
8. I
just
mean,
random guys.
yeah, not too shabby, dude. For like some random people. Like, whoa, just pulled some random people in, contacted a few dudes, and like we formed a team, and we just met today. And like, whoa, chemistry, huh? That's some good chemistry. I'm pretty sure you're starting to do well with boys now, Fendot. I'm happy for you.
So they were all guys.
Yeah, and one girl. I think that was a kid, like 16 years old or something. But nowadays looks can be so deceiving, very very deceiving, man.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult to approach someone you don't know. Like, you're not even sure how old they are.
Yeah,
Are you like a minor?
yeah.
I don't wanna get.
I've met people that look 18 or 20, and they're actually like 28. And I feel bad because like when people ask me how old I am, they won't believe me. They won't believe me. It breaks my heart. But it's fine. I got used to it anyway. Everyone thinks
So-
I'm like 35.
So tell the audience, what's your age? So Carlo, you're editing.
Dennis?
Put that up there.
Why? Yeah, I'm 28. You guys
Wow,
better not be
28.
judging. Yeah, you guys better not be judging me. No.
I'm
no.
30.
Oh yeah, see, you look 24. See, that's the problem. And I was really abusive with my body back in the day. So
It's
yeah,
all about smiling, dude.
I smile a lot.
It means that you should stop.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I
should
smile
stop
more than you.
smiling then. I think I should stop smiling then. I really don't understand why I look so old, and you guys look so young and beautiful. Did I just say beautiful? Oh my
Yeah.
god, 2019.
Okay,
Thank
we're
you.
getting there. We're getting the gayness. Getting into the gayness.
You know what? I love it that we're so free. So free about talking about stuff. Whoa. Yeah, you're not gonna get punished for this, right, CM?
Nope. If we want to go there, Qman was my first guy kiss.
Oh my god.
The second one was
Oh
Craig.
my god. So much history with one kiss.
But
See, you know what?
Was
If we love
Veitsknight your
everyone in
first?
the world, yeah, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
You just love each other, man. Believe in the songs. What song is that again? I think it was Michael Jackson. No, that's for the children. Yeah,
We are the world.
yeah, that one.
The
Yeah,
children are our future.
yeah, the children are our future.
Okay, don't go there. We're going to a very dark place.
Yeah, very, very dark place. Yeah, let's not talk
Children
about that.
gay.
Yeah. Moving on.
Okay.
Do you guys have questions for Qman before I continue?
Yeah. What were the games in the event?
Oh man, that was like, yeah. So basically, it was a total of 14 categories. We had 10 game titles. We had Dota 2. We had League of Legends, Mobile Legends. We had CS:GO, PUBG, Special Force, RF Online,
What?
Flife. Yeah, RF Online.
How do you go esports with RF?
It's like a 5v5 in the arena. It's
Oh.
so much fun, dude. It happens so fast. Like, whoa. It's so interesting to look at. It's like, remember Ragnarok?
Yeah,
PvP?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically like that. Yeah. You just get a bunch of guys inside a huge ass arena, and then they're gonna whack each other out. It looks so cool. It just feels so nostalgic. And then we had Tekken 7, of course. Tekken 7 and cosplay. What I meant when I said category was like open division and interschool division. The biggest challenge was interschool.
Why?
Yeah.
Why-
Okay,
I think-
so
I think technically because they were more organized, like forming teams.
it's more like how do you get the good students to actually play?
Ah,
Because we all know the stereotype. If you're a really good gamer, usually you don't end up well in your classes.
Yep.
And that was the mission for the Mayor's Cup, That was the mission. That was the actual mission. And if it wasn't for Interschool, Mayor's Cup would have been just another event, Because we had really high standards. Not really high standards, but it's
some
high
standards.
for a start. Yeah, some requirements, They have to be 16 and above, of course. And they must not have a failing grade last semester.
I remember a lot of backlash from that post.
Yeah, a lot of backlash, like lots of hate coming from that. But I just hope the community understands that it has to go through that, and it's gonna get worse.
It's like
It's
the
gonna
Coach
get
Carter
worse.
movie.
What?
The
Yeah,
Coach
it's like-
Carter movie.
Yeah, something like that, Because how can we defeat the notion that video game enthusiasts are dumb as hell, Like we're dumb. Everybody says we're dumb, it's stupid, and we're addicted to video games, we're useless to society. It
Right.
doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. We can start with the young generation, We can slowly train them that hey, you can balance school and esports. You can balance school and video games.
Yep.
It's a hobby. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You can because I've met this one student from Sacred Heart. His name is Hansel. He represented the Philippines twice in Korea and in Romania,
No.
and he's an honor student in Ateneo.
Mm.
He played League, and not a lot of people know about that. And seeing that, like, Kid, his name is Kid. We call him Kid rather. We asked him, "How do you do it? How did you do it?" He said, "I don't know, dude. I just manage my time."
Yeah, time management is the key.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And like, well, really? And you still end up as like top 2, top 1 in your class. Yeah. That kid's amazing. So if he can do it, I'm not saying that everyone can do what he can. But what I'm saying is,
It's not impossible.
yeah, it's not impossible. And that's the mission behind Mayor's Cup. So the challenge was finding the students that had no failures and actually had chemistry with each other, forming that team, because again, they're gonna represent their school. And during the tournament, during the finals, it was so beautiful. Those teams actually gave really good games. Such good games. Like, whoa, these guys know what they're doing. Because everyone was, at the back of our heads, everyone was saying, you know what, this is gonna be like a fun-looking game. They're not really gonna know what they're gonna do. And then turned out that, holy crap, wow, they know what they're doing. And the team fights were so beautiful, so many turnarounds. It wasn't like a one-sided. There were never any one-sided games in the interschool division. It was all like 1-1. So cool.
Which school got to the finals, by the way?
It was ACT, CIT,
Computer school.
USC,
Okay.
and yeah, I think it was just the top 3. Yeah.
Uh,
So for
and who won?
Dota 2 and League, USC won.
Oh.
And for Mobile Legends, it was actually ACT.
Nice.
It was a really nice turnaround. I still remember that team fight in Mobile Legends. Like the casters were all just shouting and like, "Oh my god!" Like, It was so amazing, and it was of course hyped up by one of our national casters. We had Shinbu. Guy's amazing. Guy's so amazing, dude. Like, man. It's like you just really know he's been through a lot of experience when it comes to casting. Like he just knows how to touch the people's buttons
In special ways.
in so many ways.
Yeah. With the backlash you got with the no failures thing, did you guys ever consider that the next time would be based on on the grade average? No.
Mm, maybe that should be an option, but since we started out with that, then I think maybe this next year we're gonna still stick with that.
Okay.
You know, and probably like after maybe in season 3, then that's where we're gonna start with like something like we
Okay.
step up the game a bit. You know, because right now we do want people to get used to the fact that hey, we gotta have to like we need to do well this semester so that we can join next year. You know?
Okay.
Because that's good feedback for me. That's really good feedback for me. A lot of them were complaining in such a way that they were saying, why can't we students with failures join? Oh my God, let's just do better next year then.
Okay.
Like that's really good news for me. Like, it works. They're just gonna have to hate me. Go ahead, hate me. But you know what? That's our job.
The reason I was asking is because if this happened back when we were kids, I would have never qualified. No.
Same.
No, I had about an 85 average. It was just that I had Filipino. It was always in the red. So, Max.
Same, dude. I failed Filipino. And then Ragnarok taught me how to speak Tagalog.
I never got into Ragnarok. It was very expensive for me.
I mean,
You
just
can
had-
always
the load.
scam your way to the load.
Yeah, that's why you
Yeah,
always
yeah,
have to scam your way to the load.
yeah, you just have to pretend you're a girl. You
Yeah.
know that?
Easy. So,
Is that how you got the kiss?
Yeah. Because I actually saw Miguel as some sexy bear, female bear. I had to kiss him, appreciation. It works.
so earlier you mentioned that it was very difficult to get the inter-school teams to get players that were that had good chemistry and were playing well and had good grades. Did you guys have a hand in picking who will play for who, or were you just outside looking in?
No, okay. So the process basically was we had to go through their Supreme Student Council.
Uh-huh.
Because if it's not going through the SSC, then it's not going to be approved by the school. So we had the SSC handle it. We just gave them some guidelines, and of course we're going to advise them from there. If they wanted a qualifier, then we can offer free marshals and all that stuff. But if they do decide to have school representatives that they handpick for themselves, yeah, we can go with that. Some schools went with direct invites from their students that they already know they're actually really good, that they're a team, and they inspected them if they had failing grades. Some luckily didn't have. Well, some they just had to replace a couple of bit of members because some of them had failing grades. But others, they really went hardcore and went with the qualifiers, which is also a good thing because it shuts the hippies up.
Yeah, the culling.
Yeah. Because everyone's always gonna have a reason to say that, hey, we're better than them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's prove it by a trial of combat. And there, they had their representatives, and they got their leaves. Because, I was so intrigued when one student actually said that, hey, is it okay, Sir Max, if we go there with our togas? I'm like, that's gotta be so beautiful.
And did
But
they?
in the end, they were scared to do it. Yeah, they were scared to do it. Like, why did you guys wear your togas? I'm like, oh man, it looks so awkward. No, it's not.
They don't have a
awkward.
budget for uniforms.
Because maybe after graduation they had to return their togas.
Aw.
It's so sad. I wanted that spectacle. I'm gonna present those. I wanted to present those boys on stage and like, hey, yo, look at these guys. They did it. They did it. Damn it. training. Go. Do well in school. Play video games. It's totally awesome.
Start a club.
Yeah, start a club. That's actually our mission this year. We do want. That's why I'm just waiting for the voting to end, so that we can really work on that project this year.
Okay.
You know, we do want to have esports clubs because Ateneo already started it, and it's supported by their president, their school president. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, Ateneo is
cool.
such a such a classy school.
Yeah.
Well, some schools can be like closed-minded about it. It's a hard battle. It's gonna be an uphill battle, but well, whilst I'm still alive, dude, I'm just gonna do what I can. You know?
You're still 28.
You're still
Just
28.
looking like 35.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I look 35. I don't know, man. I'm a masochist. I feel like I enjoy the stress. I don't know. It makes me feel alive for some reason. Because if I don't do anything, I feel so weak, like just lying down in bed. Like,
And then you'll get sick, right?
yeah, I get sick.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
if I don't do anything, so that's why I have to do something. I don't know, just run around the house. I'm not even sure. If there are no events, then I look for a way to find events. That's just it. Okay, how are you guys? Enough about me. How are you guys?
How are you, CM?
I'm
All
good.
right, let's start with CM.
I'm good. I've been more outgoing lately. So yeah.
It is
Outgoing.
summer.
Yes, D,
summer.
that's the term. Okay, I'm being outgoing. What?
You know how many chicks he has now?
Point.
And he's poking fun at you, man.
Yeah. This is not the CM that you used to know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Why are you agreeing,
Okay,
Dennis?
tell us more about it.
He has
CM.
evolved.
It's like community manager. Tell us more about it.
So
So,
it started with me trying to reevaluate why I was never successful in that field.
come on, dude. Come
No,
on.
'cause I had no problems talking to women. You know this. I'm very close to a lot of women, but I
Yeah.
never was successful at dating women. There were like a few relationships here and there that never went anywhere. But
Actually thought you had like a lot of dates.
no. From when?
Ever since in Riot, dude. I don't know.
No.
No.
No, even with girls that I haven't seen. Like, you know, you're such a cuddly guy, and girls dig that.
That's why. Mickey
That's why
actually.
he's using that now.
Mickey.
Yeah, exactly, right, Andy?
Mickey actually helped me. She said this one time, like, "Hey, I was complaining about something, probably relationship related." She said, "Why you're not using your natural fluffiness,
Charm.
charm? Because honestly, if you use that instead of being what my approach was, be stoic and mysterious, which never worked." And she said, "Why not do that? I think you'll have more success." It took a while for me to get into the habit of doing it. A lot of it was because of the fear of rejection. We talked about this quite a bit,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what I did was just reframe my mindset in a sense. So instead of focusing on what if they say no, I start focusing on what if they say yes, and it's that small tweak in how you think, how I think, actually did wonders for me.
Cool. Wow. Okay.
Taking
You know,
pointers right now.
yeah, somebody has to take pointers. Viewers, you need to take pointers. They're like, all
Listen to this guy.
Yeah, listen to CM. That's Veitsknight at YouTube.
Because honestly, as cuddly as this space is, the rest of me is not appealing to look at. So
No, seriously, if I were a girl, dude, I'd dig you.
uh,
No homo.
we already went there once, Max.
How did it end?
It was
With
beautiful.
with each
And,
of
like,
us
this is what it
caressing our
is now.
beards.
Yeah, still that bromance going on. How about you, Dennis? What's up with you, man? How are you doing?
So I've been locked up in my room for the past week. You guys probably know I've already finished the game that I always
Hero.
always give you spoilers about.
Okay, let's talk about that then. Yeah.
So my question is, have you guys finished the game?
No, I haven't touched it since the last. So he's talking about Sekiro.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Because I was like glad to hear there. Like, what
The
game?
hype.
I haven't touched it since. I've been playing something else, and we're gonna get into that in a few minutes.
Okay.
What? But how much did you pay for that game not to finish it?
Oh,
So
oh. How much did you
Asking the
play
real
the rest of
question.
the games that you have in your house?
So, have you ever experienced something? Have you ever enjoyed something so much that you didn't want it to end? It's that sensation. I've had so many games where I'm at the point where I'm about to finish Persona 4, Persona 5. It's just unless it's very narrative heavy, I just don't want it to end. It's a psychological thing. I once did that with food.
What?
Yes. So there's this place in Mobolo called Corner Bakery. I don't know if you know Sammy Andy, but it's the his sister owns it. Mickey, Dutz, Jep Jep, and I and Ara I think was there too. We went there after shift and we all ordered food. And
Okay.
I was in a phase where I was really into sandwiches and burgers. So hey mate. So I decided
I know.
to
Hi.
hi.
Rejection.
Hello.
Da,
Okay,
da. I'm gonna
okay, I'm
scream and
gonna
only
get
Andy will
him off
hear.
the cam because he's gonna be so loud now.
And I wish I had kids.
And
I have 3. You want some?
Is this a foster home? I'm gonna start a new business, a foster home.
I've
Okay,
actually
go on,
been
go
training
on.
my kids to be
oh
gamers
yeah.
as well.
Cool. That's pretty cool, dude. Yeah, I really
So
want a family like that.
I ordered a panini. Mickey had a drink. Dose had a burger. I forgot what Jeff had. So I was looking at it. It looked so good, and they served So it's a sandwich they slice diagonally, so it's 2 pieces, right? I ate the first one, and I can't explain it with words. It was just amazing.
Hmm.
And then I was
It
looking
was
at the
magical.
yeah, it was the
Just didn't
so
want it to end.
it was the best sandwich I had so far at that point. I was looking down at the other piece and I was thinking, if I eat this, it'll be gone. I won't have another one. So I what? So
So,
so
we could just imagine your face.
oh, it gets worse.
Okay.
I was thinking to myself and then I suddenly went Vader. And everyone saw me and they just burst out laughing.
Oh my god! Oh my god, CM, you're so adorable.
So
So you
Until
that
didn't
now, you're
really
still
eat
so
that
adorable.
That's what he's using
sandwich.
now. That's what he's using now to get
Yeah,
girls.
okay, that works. That works. Yeah, that really works. Ladies, CM, CM right here.
And then we'll proudly step away.
um,
Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
that was it. So I haven't finished the Carol, but I did play a couple of other things this week. One of it was the game that I accidentally downloaded on my sleep. It's Rising Darkness.
It's still on your phone?
Oh,
That's been
no,
1 week, man.
it started out great. Like I really loved the graphics, the combat felt fluid. It was a little bit story driven. It was ticking all the boxes for me for a mobile game. The problem was every time I stepped out into the menu, it had a pop up for purchase. And then every time I go into a different menu, the same thing happened, and it kept happening. And then, as much as I love the
Became
game,
so annoying.
I didn't want to deal with that. So I just
Unlimited ads.
uninstalled it immediately. As great as it was, as fun as I was playing it, eh, once you become that annoying, I dump you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so girls, you heard
Ads
that
can be.
right?
Oi,
Yeah,
does not.
girls heard that right. do not shower CM with
Pop-ups.
ads about
Do not
bags
become an
and
ad.
shoes and whatnot. But yeah, that's actually one annoying thing about
Mobile
it's a
games.
free to play game. I really can't blame them. It's what they
Free
need
to
do
play.
yeah, free to play, free ads too.
That's
No,
how they make money.
the thing is, I'm someone who actually buys a lot of stuff on free games. Future Fight, I've invested a lot of money into that, but the difference is, it was because I wanted to, and honestly, I probably would have wanted to for that game as well, but just the bombardment of pop-up ads is just annoying.
Yeah. Because there's always a science to it. I'm pretty sure you guys are like
Yeah,
familiar with that. There's always a science to ads, especially to gamers. We do prefer, yeah, a couple of ads here and there, but it doesn't have to pop up every time, you know?
Yeah. Becomes annoying.
Yeah, it becomes really, really annoying, and you just lose interest in it. Yeah. Like for example, how
matter how
Mobile
good the game
Legends
was.
does it. Just every time you open the game, there are the ads, and then it stops after you close that window. So far, that's what I've never been really into mobile games, but I do respect the fact that mobile games are like they're gonna blow up someday. You know, they're about to blow up now, and it's gonna be a very very successful industry at some point. You know.
Yeah.
We covered something a couple weeks ago with what Apple is trying to do. So they're trying to do a paid subscription service, a monthly subscription service for top tier quality games, and I'm very excited to see what type of games comes out of that. Because for sure, since it's under subscription, it won't be on any premium model. And then Apple themselves are helping in the development of those games as far as I know. So I really want to see what comes out of that, especially since I believe that mobile games is a viable option for gaming. It's just that there's a lot of shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I mean, come on. Like out of a million games, at least like 100,000 would be good. You know.
Mm.
Always there will always be those random games that you just don't understand.
Well,
What is
the
going
reason
on?
for that is China. China, for one thing, is the mobile phone can be their only screen. They don't have like PCs, TVs, or anything else. How crowded they are. So China's really investing a lot in the mobile market.
Yeah, the mobile devices. Because first of all, it's so easy to it's not that hard to obtain. Rather, it's not.
And at the same time, it's the one thing that you always, or the
Have
device
with
that you
you.
always have with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you spend most of the time on your phone. You can't really bring your PS4 with you, your PC or
Yeah.
your laptop with you
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
true.
I can.
Even with those portable consoles, yeah, you still can't assure that you can bring that all the time. You know, not
I
everyone.
remember
Like, the
I
flat
remember
screen.
the time when I was bringing my Nintendo Switch, and it got stolen.
Ow.
But I got it. I got it
Ow.
back.
Oh,
That's a good
okay.
thing.
Whoa, did you beat up the guy?
I actually was doing CSI stuff. Like we were
Oh,
reviewing
really?
The
CCTVs.
CCTV.
Yeah, we were.
He was screaming
Yeah.
enhance at the guy looking at his monitor. Enhance.
I was like
Zoom
helping
in.
the police because
Zoom
they
in,
were
enhance.
they the police. Okay, the police system that we had back then was like really crappy. They don't know shit about technology. They don't know how to operate
Fair point.
CCTVs, like just the basic stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, they really need someone like me. Police. Nah, not really.
Marketing. Do it. So yeah, how did that go? Like, how did the thief react? Like, oh my god.
It was like a 12 or 13-year-old kid. There were like three of them that took the Switch and my cell phone. So we were able to get the one guy and then oh, this is gonna go live, right?
Yeah.
Police
Okay.
brutality.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Let's stop there.
Yeah, but before that, how did they get it?
Yeah.
It took the entire day. We
I mean, how did the kids get it, not the police?
oh yeah, because we were like delivering like packages on in a house at Pasay, and the
Oh wait. So this was in Manila.
yeah, it was in Manila, and my switch was in front of the L300. The L300 was closed and everything, and so what happened was that when the back of the L300 was opened, and it was just me and the driver. So we had to carry all the stuff inside the house, and we left the back side of the L300 open, and then the kids were so fast. No longer than 30 seconds. They got everything.
Whoa.
were so fast.
They are speed.
Yeah. And they were like so chill when they got out. They just went out, went to
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those kids were expert, man. Those
Yeah.
pro level speedsters.
Oh my god, because like yeah, it just always like brings back bad memories, you know, kids stealing stuff. A kid actually managed to like get inside my room and steal my phone and my wallet. Luckily, not my vape. 'Cause I'm gonna wake up so grumpy if my vape wasn't there. But yeah, they got my phone and my wallet and like the local drivers down there at the alley. Yeah,
Yeah.
they saw those kids, and the kids looked so suspicious because one kid was walking like a duck. Because
oh.
apparently, my phone was between the kid's legs. He was hiding it there, and it feels so awkward to use it again. You know?
Oh, you were able to get him back.
Yeah. The
Did you have to
drivers,
reach
they-
in yourself?
No, no, absolutely.
Did you want to reach in yourself?
No. No with a smile. No, I'm just kidding. No. But actually, it's the same phone. This is the paperweight that I had, like for years now, and it's I just had to wash it with alcohol, like in every angle, you know. I had to wipe it all over with alcohol, like I don't know, 3 times, just to make sure, like you know, nothing passes on. Because when we captured the kid, I had so many things in mind. I mean, come on. I'll be honest with it, man. I don't have to lie about it. I was murdering the kid in my hand over and over and over and over, but I realized that you know, I'm no better than them if I do that. So, yeah, okay, kid, just don't do it again. Don't, because if there's one thing I know about the I think that was the DPWH, right? Yeah, some government agency that houses those kids. They release them after a couple of like hours or days, you know, because
3
they've
days.
got nothing to feed them, you know, and they'll just be back on their way stealing stuff again. It's sad. So that's why the best way to counter it is to prevent it. That's why I've been locking my room. Yeah, I've been locking
Moving
my room.
forward.
Yeah, moving forward.
Wait,
Uh,
how did they get in?
Oh,
Didn't lock the room.
No, I mean, how did they get to the room? Like,
interesting, right? Because apparently somebody went out of our gate. And then the kid, I think the kid just noticed the other door. So like our gate, there's this huge gate and there's a small gate for the people, right? This one's for the vehicles. And apparently they left the small gate open when they went out.
Oh.
And it was in broad daylight. It was so interesting because it was in broad daylight, you know? And the kid just went in. Everything was so like silent, you know? The shop was busy. Nobody could go to the backside of the house, and like, just went up, man it up. You know, that kid had a lot of cojones, man.
Yeah, because from what I remember, the key to stealing is to walk out looking like you own it. Like, if let's say you're not used to the place. You just go in, and then you
Yeah.
don't act suspicious at all. You open the door, get
Yeah.
your stuff, go out. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, not a lot of people will remember will not take note of who you are. So when someone comes in, goes into your room, they might just say, maybe that's the guy who's there, or
Yeah.
maybe that's a
'Cause-
family member.
yeah, and apparently that kid already stole stuff here twice.
Uh,
No.
Someone
Yeah.
needs to close the door. It's
Yeah.
an inside job, dude. Inside job.
I don't know, maybe, but until I have CCTVs in my house, then yeah. I need to have CCTVs in my house. And, yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up.
Yeah, CCTV is really, really.
Yeah, very
useful.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a good investment.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Because the last time that kid stole something, it was one of our shoutcasters, Bruce. He's now in Manila. I'm so happy for the dude. He's casting for the Nationals.
Nice.
And apparently, he hid his stash in the room, in one of our rooms here that we provided for them. And yeah, the kid just stole it straight up. It was 8,000. And that came from his casting gig back in the internationals last year. It's such a heartbreaking thing because that guy really did his best to like get that money, and
Yeah.
somebody just stole it. Yeah, at least justice was served. At least he got to know who stole it. Yeah, because we're all doing the CSI thing, but apparently we're not as good as Andy. Because first
Police
of all,
brutality.
yeah, we couldn't get brutal because like I think it's already a planned idea, but for the most part, like
The
their
brutality?
mother could be the thieves, it's like their mother is already outside waiting for them. It's usually-
What?
Yeah, their mother's outside waiting for them because we also had that experience back in the day. And the mother was asking, "Did somebody punch my kid, or did somebody like hurt my kid physically?" Yeah, they were just waiting for that bait, Because if you do manage to hurt the kid, then they'll sue you for it. They'll sue you for it, and then they're gonna get extra money from it, and you're gonna probably go to jail. The world's a ruthless place.
It is.
Maybe the mother's the mastermind.
Yeah.
Could
For
be.
the most part, yeah. They usually end up admitting that. I was just asked by my father to do it. I was asked by my mother to do it. The kid's not actually the problem. It's how they were raised, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
So
That's why we
speaking
need
about
more esports, Qman.
yeah, we need more video games. Let their eyes stick in the monitor. It's no violence, right? It's the lesser evil. That's why I always tell people, you know what? Video games are not bad, and if they get addicted to it, it's kind of bad. But think about it; it's the lesser evil. Yeah. If it gets to that point, when it comes to addiction, what should it be? You can never really choose. You can never really say that no, none of them, because at some point, people will be people. They will always have to find something to entertain them. It's way better than drugs, man.
You can be pro player, but
Yeah.
you can't be a pro drugger.
And you're gonna die. Somebody's gonna kill you.
Yeah, and in video games you have more than one life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You respawn in video games, man. In drug addiction and the drug war, you can't respawn.
The number of worlds you get to explore in gaming is more than what you can in acid.
Yeah.
Wait, what if there's a video game that you're a drug addict?
Oh, there is a game. There
It's
is a
Fallout,
I
dude.
think there is a game. I think somebody already tackled that.
As in
Somebody already did
like
that.
modern world.
Modern World.
Modern
All I
world
can
drug
remember
addiction.
is Vice City, dude. All I can
game.
remember. is Vice
There's a
City.
new game that's being developed right now. It's called Identity. You
Ah.
can be a drug lord in that game.
And you just be a
Yeah.
drug addict.
Whoa.
Well, you can.
You'll be like the lowest of the low. You're always out of cash, but the world keeps changing for you because you're taking drugs.
No, because like it's,
The game is like you can grow marijuana in it, and then you can sell the marijuana in the game.
Yeah, that's what.
What can you do though, marijuana?
That's what I'm saying. Who are you selling to? It has to be some other character, right?
Some
Yeah.
level one goon. Some level one goon right there in the streets. You could probably sell it to them for all they care.
Like,
So
do you
it-
want some digital marijuana?
Oh, what would happen
do
to
you want to digitally get high?
what would happen to our world when someone's like, for example, with identity, someone is really having a problem with his life because he doesn't have the money to buy virtual marijuana anymore.
Oh, that would be
They steal virtual cash.
That would be
so
so
weird.
bad, man.
Dude, I gotta get my fix. Dude, do you have money? I want to borrow.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
All for them.
I just met a lot of people, like when they're in their withdrawal stage, man, they
Oh
just
yeah, it's
twitch a
crazy.
lot. Yeah, it's just horrible. It's really horrible. It's so sad. You know what? Let's go back to games. Let's stop talking about drugs.
It was
Let's stop
gaming.
talking about drugs.
It was
Yeah,
good.
it was a game.
It was a
It
game
was
about
game.
drugs.
But let's talk about Sekiro. Okay, okay, let's talk about Sekiro. I've seen a lot of people play it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel so bad for not playing it. That's why I wasn't talking when you guys were talking about the game, because I really want to play it, but at this point I still don't have the time. Maybe I could because if I do want to play something, like especially with a narrative, I just don't want to stop. I could play Final Fantasy for a week straight and finish it. Like unlock everything what I want to unlock. I could do that, but it has to be straight up. Because if I stop at some point, I just forget about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
It's
I
gonna
need to
be hard to
focused.
come back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be so hard to come back. And investing, especially right now that when we're adults and we do want to support the developers, we do want to buy their game. I just need to also on my end, I don't know if it's selfish, but I do want to get what I've paid for.
See, Carlo?
I got weeks of throwing my controller. I'm good. Oh, by the way, Leaf already published his review for Sekiro. You can check that at PlayStation Galaxy. He gave it a 10.
Whoa.
Yeah,
But how come
So
people
good.
are asking for an easy mode?
because they're
Because they
Because
suck.
it's so hard. You'll throw
No,
your
they
controller.
I mean, yeah, I get games that are hard. Pretty sure there were some games that were so hard back in the day, but you just have to man it up. You don't have to ask for an easy mode.
Right.
I
That's
don't know,
my thing
man.
too.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
This generation is such a pussy.
Yeah, I just don't
You guys-
understand.
Just tell them to go back to their mobile games.
it really
I don't
amazes
understand.
me, Bita, that every time a From Software game comes up, that's the argument that keeps coming back. But if you check how a From Software game is made, a lot of the first part is the game teaching you how to play the game, essentially. So that just tells me that they're not actually trying to learn. They're not wanting to develop the skills needed to be successful. And if they're that type of person in game, I really hate to know what type of person they are in real life.
Yeah, because yeah, it speaks for itself. If life is harder than that game.
Yes,
You know?
very much so.
Come on, guys. Let's face it. Life is way, way harder than that game.
That's
You
why
know,
we play games.
And you
then
can't
Yeah.
demand
you
easy
ask-
mode here.
Yeah, you can't get an easy mode in life. So if you can't even finish the game with normal mode, then let's not talk.
And
Then play another game.
Yeah, play another game. Do something else. Yeah. Because I always try to relate what I can get out of a video game. That's why I'm so keen with narratives, like stories, the storyline, because, it teaches you stuff. For the most part, I don't know, maybe 40 or a good 40, 50% of my wisdom just came from video games. Is that bad? I feel like that's bad.
depends on the
But I'm
game.
proud of it. I feel like that's bad, but I'm proud of it.
Depends on the game.
Depends on what game you played.
Like
Yeah,
if,
Vice City.
if you like Vice City, GTA, Leisure Suit Larry, all that stuff, then yeah, you gotta say it's bad.
Yeah, I've got questionable morals.
Or questionable choice in video games.
Yeah, maybe that one too. But yeah, for the most part, video games taught me a lot of things. I learned so much more in video games than actually like going out. That was me back in the day, but now it's more on going out than playing video games. We got to adult it
Yeah.
at some point. It's depressing. I barely play any games right now. I just casually log into League and me and my waifu, we just we did this very cute little thing that I stream at night, and she's going to be the only audience.
Aw.
I just like share it to her. She's the only person that can see it. Yeah, it's a cute thing. Yeah, 'cause that's the only time I enjoy the game.
Are you
Yeah,
only wearing undies?
No, no.
That-
Oh crap! I didn't think of that. Oh my god, Elaine, if you're hearing this. But yeah,
Next session,
yeah,
prepare yourself.
it's a private thing.
It's gonna be a private stream. So check his stream out. If it's private, you know what?
Yup. Bouncing. Wow, wow.
Yeah, but that I can't find enjoyment in competitive games nowadays, because like I don't know, I'm not really sure. Maybe that's me with my rabies going down. I guess just me toning down, and like if I play competitively and for example ranked, I just don't enjoy it. I just don't feel that competitive fire as much as I did back in the day. We just really wanted to win. I want to do everything that I can to win. I do still like do what I can to win, but if I lose, I just okay, I lost. They're better than me. That's just it. And if it's league, then yeah, I just don't wanna type a lot anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mute everyone and play how you
Yes,
wanna play,
yeah.
dude.
That's the first thing I do. /mute all. And it's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
win or
I
lose.
remember.
Yeah, win or lose, you're still going to enjoy it. Because you can never remove the toxicity in competitive games nowadays. You can never remove that. That's barely like it's impossible. I think that's impossible already. And I've never been known to be a man that says impossible. I do want to believe in the possible, but toxicity, nah.
so freaking hard.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all of us.
Especially in our server, man.
Yeah,
Philippines.
in the
Yeah.
Philippines. Yeah, yeah,
So we'll just take it with a bucket of salt.
yeah.
A
But
bucket.
I do believe that someday maybe the Philippine gaming industry would be like, I mean like basically the gaming community will at least level up and be less rabid about things, because apparently until now, if somebody steals the Infernal Drake, everyone tilts. Why would you guys tilt over like I don't know plus 2480? Why would you tilt? And we got the Herald. Of course, the enemy got the Infernal Drake, but we got the Herald. We could get more towers with this. We could snowball harder. What's wrong? Yeah, but still they complain. That's just how they are. Just have to make do with what you have, right?
Yup.
Yeah. But let's not even talk about Mobile Legends, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that not a lot of people can type on Mobile Legends. Takes a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, that's true.
I am amazed on how those people who are really, really toxic with mobile games like Mobile Legends or whatever other games they are playing, how can you control your character and type at the same time?
Dude,
That's
I have no
freaking
idea,
hard, man.
when you're very
Emulators.
passionate about something, and in this case, it's very passionate about screaming at people, you find a way.
Especially recently, I logged into Mobile Legends. They're using voice chat
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, you can
Whoa.
mute them too.
You
Hey,
can
we can mute
scream at
them,
your
but-
teammates now, can't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they always had that though, but not a lot of people use it.
Oh. Oh. That's
So
unfortunate.
even if you're not duo or you're against the enemy team. You can
No, you're
hear them.
screaming at your teammates.
Ah,
Wow,
okay.
that's gonna make it worse.
You can mute them.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you can mute them, but sometimes you just forget that there's a mute function. It took me a while to understand that there's a mute function, Max. You don't have to explain. Oh yeah, right. Slash mute all. You know,
When I started
it's a
playing
better thing
Garena,
to
it
do.
was not that big of a problem for me because I didn't understand a lot of what they were saying. But as the years gone by, I started hanging out with Crollo. The people I work with were starting to be more Tagalog. Got to understand what they were saying. Like, fuck this, mute all.
Yeah, yeah. Because there are some Tagalog terms that you don't understand like completely, and like you don't know how to rebut. You know, you don't know how to respond to that person because you want to burn that person, but you just can't. Because like, for example, it took me a while to understand what duling is.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, and like that was me missing on some skill shots, and the dude just said, "Duling ka ba?"
Tingali.
To, to be fair, the word duling sounds like a name of a fish.
Yeah. You can say that, but at the end of the day, you just don't know how to respond to that person. And I'm like, what should I say?
Lil Landy.
If I ask the person what duling is, then I'm gonna look so stupid. You know, I'm gonna sound so stupid, and
And you
that's
can-
gonna give them more reason to talk shit about me. So, no, I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna stay quiet until
You
I
ask
ask.
what duling is. Ang bobo mo naman. That's the next. That's the next one that they would say.
You can reply. You can reply with "ang bobo mo naman" to everything.
I should incorporate that. Ang bobo naman. Hey man, you're doing a good job. Ang bobo
Bobo
naman.
naman.
Makes sense. That should make sense. I should try that, you know. Even if you do something good, you're just gonna burn people out. I don't know. Relive
Be
the
the most-
toxicity.
Be a Filipino.
Yeah, be a Filipino. Do it.
1 week later, you'll be bad.
So what do you guys have been playing competitively with? Like, is there anything up for you guys? Like, you know, some new MOBA games or some FPS games? I heard that Apex Legends is such a big thing.
Oh, we moved past that already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
The hype was so fast, it just died.
The PS4 guys are still playing Apex. The PC crowd, at least the one that I play with, like Dennis and some, they've stopped because of all the cheaters. They said they're working on it. I don't know what's the update of that already. But
Yeah, it's actually good now.
oh, okay. Might
Yeah,
might
less
look at
cheaters.
it. But what I've been playing a lot has been Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch. Uh, I have to do the weekly grind for Overwatch. Oh,
It
yeah.
breaks my heart.
Why?
I miss Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going the other way.
Yeah, no, it just breaks my heart, man, because I really miss Overwatch. It's like one of the best FPS games I've ever played, but you know, at some point, people just stop playing it, and you don't have anyone to play with anymore in that game. Yeah, because basically, I played Apex, and it's such a good game. No, I won't
Yes.
lie, it's such a nice game. Um, it's fast, and I really like fast games because it ends fast, and you don't have to be like, you know, just crouching there and like proning all your way to victory. You know, no, I don't have to do that. You just have to run and gun, and that's how I used to play with Call of Duty. And with Apex, though, um, all I can say about Apex is it changed the battle royale scene. It turned it into something like, you noticed how games right nowadays are like really fast? How they end so fast? Like people want their games to end fast. You guys noticed that lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with competitive games. Like League is trying to do its best to like make games end
Under
fast.
20.
I
Mobile
think that was the original setup for League of Legends. I mean, when you
It was
compare
faster
the
than Dota.
yeah, I think that was the aim before, where the map is smaller, where there are more action,
Yeah.
and I think that was the original aim of League of Legends. But you can also notice that the League now, because I played League like the past week, and it's not really that fast like before, where you can get games at 20 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's just the low rank games that I'm playing in.
Yeah.
It's tracking the
Man.
Yeah.
games.
Dude, plat rank is like the new bronze.
Right. Right.
I don't understand. Like, let's put it this way. Like 90% of my games in League at plat was like, okay, we pushed all of the outer turrets. Let's go Baron. And no, we want the siege mid. Like, you guys know that it's a lot easier to go Baron because we already control the map, right? Because we
Right.
pushed all the outer turrets. No, go mid. Yeah, this is gonna take a
Okay.
while. Yeah, and it ends up like, I don't know, 25, 27 minutes.
Right.
And
And
sometimes
the game turns around.
yeah, and then the game turns around. Like, so annoying. Wasting my time. I just want to, like, end the game and like sleep.
We might be playing the wrong games because all the League of Legends games I've played out recently all end with me losing within 20 minutes. I just walk around and have fun, okay?
Okay.
So you're that guy.
I'm not having the same difficulty you guys have. All my games end really quickly. It's just that I
It's like,
lose.
I don't know, dude. I've been playing jungle ever since, and like that's been going on for like, I don't know, almost 5 years now. And that's just what I do. I snowball the lanes. I try to like help carry the game, and then just end the game. That's like the role of the jungler.
Right.
That's basically what we do. And to see people disobeying you when it comes to like the decision making, the obvious decision
Decision
making,
making, yeah.
that it's better to go Baron than to waste your like 20 seconds because we aced the team, and
Mm.
then like can we get Baron, please? Or at least like 3 of the enemy team is like down. So yeah, and if the enemy has an Anivia, then that means it's good wave clear, and you really can't siege with an Anivia.
Right.
With an enemy Anivia, you can't do that. Somebody just gets caught.
Yeah.
The stun, the wall.
That
Anivia
long
has
range
all
stun
the
is so
tools.
annoying.
Yeah, and then the consistent damage on the minions with the ult. No, you can't really siege that fast with Anivia. You need that Baron buff, and
Right.
apparently not a lot of people realize that. In my
Even
game,
in platinum.
yeah, even in platinum, because like I've experienced that problem. I don't know, 3 years ago in like silver or something when I do smurfing, and they just don't understand it. And then seeing that problem happening consistently in platinum, that's why it gave me the notion that, you know what, platinum is the new bronze. Yeah, it's so painful to watch. Back in the day when you get to platinum, it was a really nice achievement. It was a decent achievement, but now it's like getting to platinum is like just basically getting out of the. It's like, let's just say bronze is like the 7th hell or something, and you're in the 3rd hell when you're in platinum. I don't know.
More hell.
Yeah, more hell. I don't know, dude. Games have just competitive games. Esports is yes, it has grown as an industry, which calls in more people. But more
Mhm.
people means like, out of 1,000, there will only be like 100 that are like skillful, and the rest of the 900 usually are casual or just trolling around and making the game experience worse. Yeah. But yeah, let's just be happy that more people are playing video games now, I guess. Let's just be happy about that.
they will improve in time, but
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
take a while.
It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while because, especially with League of Legends, their patches are coming in really fast. I noticed that. It is preseason, right? Yeah, it is preseason, and like so many changes every few weeks. Like I was just studying patch 9.7 and the other day, and I realized that Oh wait, what? It's maintenance for
There's
patch
a new
9.8? Yeah. Like, whoa, it's so fast. What is going on? And then I realized, yeah, it's preseason. So hopefully they're not gonna change so many things along the way, like buffing a lot of like champions. The meta is just so weird. I love it. I love that the meta is so weird right now because it's so new. Because we don't want to get used to the same set of champions every time. It's gonna get really boring. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
And I love this. I love that the old champs are coming back, like Vayne being played again.
Hecarim.
Yeah, Hecarim is coming back.
I miss Hecarim.
So it's really fun.
Yeah. Hecarim used to be like one of the go-to picks, like I don't know, season 3,
Mm-hmm.
3,
season
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hecarim just died. Why? And then because there were a lot of better champs, of
Yeah.
course. But
Right. Right.
now that Hecarim is back, I'm enjoying the jungle.
I think he died because of the tank meta that came in with
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
5. I think
He
where
he doesn't really shine as a tank. He has the
Yeah.
tools to be like some sort of a tank, but man, it's just so much fun to play with lethality,
yeah, you just dash through
Yeah.
people and they die.
Yeah, and when I play Hecarim, I usually go to YouTube and play some Eurobeat collections. Just keeps everything so fast.
And then you use the skin for what's a skin that the colorful pony skin.
Arcade.
Sorry.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the arcade.
Yeah, that's my favorite skin so far. Besides the Elderwood Hecarim. And besides, I just use mod skins.
Oh, okay.
I am a filthy mod skin man. Because apparently that's I lost my main account.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost my main account. It's a long story.
Korea, the bitch,
I
they,
did not
they
sell
don't
it though.
they
That's
don't
one thing for
they
sure.
don't recover those accounts.
No,
The
they
one-
can't because I forgot which email I used and they can't give me the email.
Oh no, I still have the email. They just won't recover it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Why?
Is that in Garena? Is that in Garena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I was so stupid though because I did not utilize the contacts that I had when Garena Philippines was still here. I could have just asked a favor, like, hey, as I know this is gonna go through due process, but can it be at least a reasonable thing? Like, I
Wait, are
didn't do
those
that.
the accounts that were given by Ryan, like for the first batch
Yeah,
that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the buffed one.
yeah.
they,
the buff
they,
one.
they won't. At least they told me that they won't recover my buffed account.
Oh,
That's annoying.
Wow, that's so bad.
I know.
And apparently, Garena right now is handled by Singapore, so Garena Philippines is not here anymore, which makes me sad.
oh,
Oh.
Yeah. So less League of Legends events. It's depressing. But yeah, hey, maybe someday,
Okay.
But speaking of accounts, I bought so many skins in that account. Because, yeah, I didn't have to think about the champions anymore because all the champions were there. And, and like, you just have to buy the skins. And then that's why I didn't use that account anymore. I lost it. And I'm using my Smurf, which is slowly turning into my main account. And I don't have the money to buy so many skins.
And
It's just like when you play League, it just feels so nice to have a skin,
Right.
I don't know, man.
you need another event.
Darn it. But yeah, we're already establishing contact with Garena Singapore, and they're thinking of bringing back the cafe events. Start out small again, which is nice. We're probably
So
gonna
that
pull that off.
disappeared, or those events that were like being hosted by Garena back then disappeared together with the team from the
Yep.
Philippines.
Yep.
That's why we no longer get to see like major events right now.
Yeah. What happened in Mayor's Cup was since there was League, it was just basically out of goodwill. Like I just really wanted League to be there because that's where I started, and I really
Right.
love that game so much. It's a love-hate thing for League. So I really, even though like one of my partners just said that, you know what, League is dead. No, League is alive. League is alive. It's just hiding.
It's just not in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are just hiding. They're just playing. They're usually just playing in their houses. Let's just put it that way. I can assure you that League has a market here. So yeah,
Right.
it didn't disappoint.
So
It
which,
had the highest number of participants.
I was gonna
in one
ask
setting.
which one drew the bigger crowd of all of all the games there, not counting
It has to be
cosplay.
Dota 2. It has to
Okay.
be Dota 2.
Yeah.
Second is League.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
second.
Dota 2 has always been big in Cebu.
Yeah.
Not
Even
just
back
In the
then.
whole Philippines, I
the
think.
whole Philippines. We are a Dota
Is it?
nation.
We are a Dota country.
Yep.
Really? Because I was always under the impression that League was really big in Manila. Because
Yeah.
whenever I get to any cafe,
There's
most
always
games,
League, right?
right, and it's always going to be League that's being played on those cafes, especially
with the
those.
With the advent of TNC,
Uh-huh.
yeah, when a Philippine team just really went big with Dota 2, and Dota 2
Ah.
just snowballed.
And it's
a nice
where a lot of us started, Manpod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easily
Warcraft.
it's yeah, and a lot of people are already familiar with it. Do you
True,
guys
true.
remember Heroes of New Earth? Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that game?
Uh,
The-
it's
the-
depressing, man. It's just really depressing, and I'll just be honest about it. It's depressing to the point where it's barely enjoyable.
Oh, it still exists.
Yeah,
The
it's still
game
there.
still exists.
Yeah, it's still in the
Really?
client, but it's barely enjoyable because so many new champions. I mean, so many new heroes barely have any counterplay.
So there's no balancing.
Yeah, the balancing is just so bad. One hero can just like wipe out the whole team with barely doing anything.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're not used to that with League. In League,
Right.
it's all
It's
about
always a counterplay.
yeah.
right.
There's always a counterplay to it. You can always have the tools if you know how to estimate it. But in Han, no, we tried playing it again like late last year, back in December 2018, and it was bad. We just played all mid because like the normal games were so unenjoyable anymore, and the queue times took like 15 minutes before you can find the game.
uh,
Wow.
Wow.
That's how bad the number of people are playing that game now.
Yeah,
and
you have to wait 15 minutes for a normal queue.
it's gonna stay that long, because with the number of people that are playing right now are all the people who were playing before. People who are new are not gonna get into it really well. And from what I heard, the community itself is not really newbie friendly.
Yep. It's a very complicated game to master, honestly. Yeah, and it had its squad prime when it just newly came out, and then when Han International closed their doors and Garena pulled it in. Yeah, it had its time. It had its golden days, but when Dota 2 came out, I don't know, it just became so overshadowed. Maybe
Well-
because of the fact that their balancing team just didn't commit to it anymore, you know. You were saying?
And at the same time, Han was just like a copy of Dota, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The champion or the heroes were just basically the same.
Yeah, it's like Dota 1.5 before Dota
Right.
2
So
came out.
Han was technically an official release because
Yeah.
Dota was a mod.
Right.
Yeah, because the good thing about Han, the only thing that I really enjoy about Han is that it's so fast. It's so fast. Like it's not really much farming. Just get into the action right away. You know, because everything's just happens so fast. Like when I look at Dota 2 games, I'm pretty sure it's just because that they zoom it out really, really far out, and it looks slow to me, and I just get drowsy. You know? It's like, uh... but when the team fights happen, Dota 2 is also very beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're running a little bit long, so let's skip news na lang and go straight into our the special topic of the week, which is what game impacted you the most in your life. Um, since I think I'm gonna start to get the rest of you time to think. And
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
it's a game I already mentioned in this podcast before. It's Metal Gear Solid, the first one on PS1. And the reason why it impacted me so is because before I played Metal Gear Solid, I was looking at gaming as not even a hobby. It was like it's there if I need to relax. But I was the outdoorsy kid. I was running. I was chasing cars. Honestly, down the road, chasing chickens. Um, running from chickens mostly, not chasing. But what you know what I'm talking about? Chickens are fierce.
Right.
Um, and then the when I started playing Metal Gear Solid, I saw it opened my eyes to what gaming could be. Um, it was not just a race to a high score. It was not just something that you wanted to conquer. It was an experience. It was you experiencing it was it was the first time where it felt like I was playing I was a superstar of my own movie. I was Solid Snake. I was the one infiltrating Shadow Moses. I had to be the one to outwit Sniper Wolf. I had to resist his torture, and being able to experience that type of immersion at such an early age made me want to look for the next fix, so to speak. And that started the long road of me being really invested into the narrative of games, the art direction, the camera direction, the motion capture, the faces. I like to comment about that a lot, and that is where it started.
That's beautiful.
Hi,
Metal Gear.
Dar.
I know.
I'm
Metal Gear has always
sorry.
been a very, very beautiful game.
Interrupted.
Yeah, I could totally relate to what you said about that. You know, being Solid Snake, espionage, being like the modern James Bond or something. It's so
Yes.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
That was a
How
fun
about
game.
yeah? How about you, Dennis?
Okay, the thing that made a very big impact on my life was actually the first game I ever played on the PlayStation 1. Because back then, before I had the PlayStation 1, we had the NES. So probably the experience of what Carlo mentioned, like always like
Yeah.
just getting the high score,
Yeah.
collecting points. I was never even into Mario. So the first game I ever played in the PlayStation 1 was Spyro the Dragon.
Ah,
And that was the
Oh.
first ever game I was able to finish. Spyro the Dragon Ripto's Rage.
Second,
The thing
second
that
game.
interested me most was not just the linear gameplay that you have to go a straight line. There were also mini games. That was the first game that for me had mini games where you like Spyro had the ability to fly in one level, which you have to fly across the island, get some rings. Not just like follow the story, and then it ends.
yeah.
So actually, I enjoyed it so much that I finished the game twice in one day.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
whoa. That's like that's cool, man. I can't finish Spyro. I get nauseous.
Yeah. Back then, the camera controls were triggers. Like
Wasn't there a remake for Spyro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it
recently
like a remaster?
the
yeah, the
remastered
trilogy.
trilogy,
Yeah.
Ah, that's so nice. They're bringing back the old games, yeah.
making it
Yeah,
better.
because there's no backwards.
Because like if you think about it, those kids that played those games back in the day can now pay for those games now.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's a really smart move. Okay, how about you, Andy?
For me, I think the most memorable one or the most impactful one for me is Ragnarok, of course. I
Okay.
played it for like since I was in high school, and
Ah, I'm spazzing.
I played it since it was launched. I scammed people for load so I can play the game. Like
There,
I
there-
would be selling, I would be selling my plus 9 triple crit jure for your 100 load. just to stay in the game. And then I would butterfly wing when they gave me the load. That was a scumbag move, but that was me hustling.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
I had to stay in the game.
There was
This game.
there's a running theory at the office that he was the one who scammed Karch all those long years ago.
Oh my god. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
One
do
of
it.
your victims.
Yeah.
And then I eventually evolved into the cleaner
Scammer.
person.
Oh, okay.
I was no longer a scammer. I was already like, as time passed, like 3, 4, 5 years playing the game, I was able to like get enough Zenny, so I was then doing the RMT. Still illegal, but it's better than scamming people.
and using fly wings.
Yeah. So it was a
Yeah.
lot better. RMT, trading money for Zenny in game, and then 2010 came. Unfortunately, I had to leave the game because I had to deal with real life and work. And
Yeah.
then I think 3 or 4 years later, Ragnarok Philippines closed. That was really heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually had to go through the point that they had to merge all of the servers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
because it was sad.
It was really sad.
Yeah.
All the memories, like the Chixilogs that you met.
And
The
all the
Chixilogs that you've
you
been.
pretended to be.
All the person I had to be just to get load.
Yeah. It's a real story, man. It's
And-
always such a nice memory if you think
And now
about
we
it.
know that the song was in fact based on an interaction with Andy.
Yeah, maybe Kamikaze actually like met you in game, man, and like Jay actually fell in love with you, and then it
With all
turned out
my
you just used your
DMs.
damn flywing. You just had to use your flywing, and that broke his heart. And he made a song about you. We'll never know. We'll never know who Maldita is.
Fun times. But I think I know who Maldita is. I
Really?
think it's Wafa.
How is she? How is she?
She's around. Yeah, she's around.
How is she?
I
missed
think she's
the
doing
dude.
some. I think she's with my wife right now, doing some home-based job.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
There's a lot of Riot people in the company that they're in right now.
By our riot.
It's being managed by what's his name? RD Maige.
RD. Really?
Yeah.
He's starting his online firm?
Yeah, I think it
Cool.
is what it is. Yeah, because he's been managing a couple of, I think 20 to 30 people right now.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah,
So that-
again, guys, to the viewers, if you're looking for an online job, then yeah, just
Hit them up.
Just hit these guys up. They know what to do. Yeah. Okay. So lastly, for me, since Ragnarok was already mentioned, of course I would automatically say Ragnarok because it taught me everything that I need to know about the outside world.
How not to trust a girl in game.
Yeah. Yeah, how to not trust someone, or especially a girl. You know?
Someone who claims to be a girl.
Yeah, somebody that claims to be a girl. Never to trust that person. But yeah,
Wasn't
kidding
there an
aside,
anime made for that?
what was that anime again? That Link Startu thing?
No, and you say that there are never girls online.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I haven't watched that. The one that popped up to my head was, is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? The Machi.
The
Season
anime
2 for that's coming up, Carl. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
the anime that came to my mind was Sword Art. Yeah.
not so
Especially season 1. You guys remember season 1 when
Yeah.
there was there were these players that pretended to be women.
Yes.
Yeah, and they ended up like, being men. It looks so horrible.
Hey, but they became best friends.
Yeah. They died anyway. Spoilers. But he had like I don't know so many years to watch that thing. Well, anyway, continuing. Since Ragnarok was mentioned, that I have to say that it's gonna be really really awkward to say this, but the biggest impact should be like League next to Ragnarok, because basically I appreciate the past, of course, because it reminds me of what I've become as a person. But what really just kickstarted everything for me, where I realized what my life would be for the next couple of years, was because of League. It was because you guys played a part in it. Because it all started in Riot, and I've always had this notion that work is so stupid, that work is never fun, and that work will always turn you into a slave. But our former employees did not make us feel that way. So yeah, and with you guys, especially with gamers, like it's always a fun environment, and I realized that I should appreciate games more and give back something in return, and that started the whole organizing thing. You know, because I organized events back in the day as a musician with my brother. We used to organize gigs, have a small production of our own, but it was mostly for my brother. And when esports started for me, it became the thing that I really want to do until now, and I look forward to do more in the future. You know? So yeah, it has to be League. League changed a lot of things for me. It taught me toxicity.
It taught you the meaning of dueling.
Yeah.
It taught me the meaning of the word dueling. And you know what? Ever since I knew what dueling meant, yeah, I used it a lot. Like, Mundos missing their cleavers. Haha, dueling. Yes, I can finally pay back. Yeah. Yeah, League. Basically the esports industry. Yeah. I may not play all of those games, but yeah, I appreciate the competitive side of it. I respect it. It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the podcast. My name is Veitsknight. You can catch me on YouTube and Facebook. I'm stream usually during Sundays on Facebook and upload the podcast every Monday, I think. Hopefully Sunday. Melody, where can we find you?
Hey guys, Melody here, and you can find me usually on Facebook. I'll be streaming my videos on YouTube, and that's about it. Leon.
Me, I don't do cool things like these guys. So you can find me here with my kids and playing games.
If you ever meet someone in Ragnarok, the mobile one, and they're saying that they
Yeah.
need money,
Yeah.
that might be
Yep.
him.
Yep.
And he'll be using his
you
Maquiling.
gotta rack up those big cat coins. You know?
Don't get scared.
How about you, Q? What's next for you?
Who?
You?
Me?
Yeah, Qman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, this is Max. I do not stream.
Oh,
But,
you only stream
yeah.
privately.
Yeah, I always stream privately for my life. So yeah. But we do have some cool people that also stream. We have Fart Gaming. We'll just hopefully CM would be okay if we put those links in the post. We have Fart Gaming. We have S'mores. We have Skate Cosplay. We have Blackbeard and a bunch of other
Oh, Blackbeard's
streamers.
with you?
Yeah.
We used to work together.
Really?
Yeah, see, right?
Yeah, they were like, we're doing things right now. Like, just
Oh yeah,
we're
I know
starting
that
this
he
whole
has
project.
this inter-streamer thing
Yeah.
coming. I was gonna pull him to the podcast sooner or later, man. But we used to
Oh, okay.
we used to work
That's
at the
cool.
in the web design firm Taonam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that he had a firm. He had his own business, right?
Oh, that was before he started his
Okay.
So he knows me as Kokoy.
Kokoy. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him about
Ah,
that.
sige, sige.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk to him. But anyway, they're starting this whole streamer league, and it's probably the first in Cebu, and it's really nice if you guys would do check it out, support the event. Their streamers are gonna form their own teams, and they're gonna fight to the death.
Nice.
In Mobile Legends, of course, these guys are Mobile Legends streamers, and we also have a League of Drod. and Flambeau. And these guys are league streamers. And you can check them out at the links. Yeah, I can finally do that!
Yes.
No, wait, where do you post the links? Right? Up there.
Up there, down there, down there.
Post. Down there?
Down there, yeah.
Do
Have
this.
both, just have both.
Oh yeah, Facebook's up, but YouTube's down, so whatever.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
It will be the links.
Yeah, there'll be links. You can check them out. They stream regularly. So yeah, for your like regular diamond giveaways or like some RP giveaways, just check them out.
Cool.
So yeah, lastly, crap, I forgot. I totally forgot. We have a page. It's Unity Productions
Yes.
and Sports United. Oh my God, forgot. How could I?
Yeah, how could you?
Yeah, how could I? Yeah, we have Cebu Esports United and Unity Productions. You can check out Cebu Esports United for like the latest and the upcoming tournaments that we're gonna handle, and of course that we're also going to help promote. Next week it's gonna be a lot. We've got SM City, SM City with Mobile Legends, and we're also gonna have some a Smart Play segment at Shaka IT Park.
Oh yeah, that one.
And after that, we're gonna be flying to Bohol. Because we gotta have to organize an event there for Smart still Mobile Legends for their it's their sort of mini Mayor's Cup. And then after that, it's going to be, of course, the most hyped up event for the summer in our end. It's the Joyo Expo. So we're inviting all of you to head over to Robinson's Galleria at May 7, 8, and 9 for some fun. Because we're going to have Mobile Legends, we're going to have Dota 2, we're going to have a cosplay competition, and there'll be a lot of guests like those rig artists. You know, we have Jesse Palacio. That guy is a god. That guy is so good at making his own rigs. He still has 3 other people with him during those events. I haven't got to see their work, but we will, and I will during those days. So if you're vacant, head over. It's summer anyway. It's gonna be a fantastic time.
Bye.
Let's check that out.
Joyo Expo, my dudes. So excited for that.